talk about some ways to increase your motivation, give you a few tips as far as that's concerned, because for many people, motivation is high in the first few weeks and then it starts to wane down a little bit. So we want to help you increase your motivation. Again, I want to just give you a few tips related to that. So, one way to work on motivation and staying on track is actually to write down your goals. This one is super important. Again, in medicine, we say if you didn't document it, it didn't happen. So, you've got to write things down. And if something is important to you, it should be important enough for you to write it down. Also, think about this, that your subconscious, your brain has sort of this internal global positioning success system, I like to call it, kind of like a GPS, where your subconscious wants to lead you to the goal. So if you write it down, speak it out loud, do those types of things, you're going to be more likely to hit where you're trying to go. So write down your goals. Another thing you can do to keep yourself motivated is to actually track your progress. And there's lots of ways you can do that. You can do it on paper. There are great apps. A lot of us have, the watches, the Fitbits, and things like that. And then also there are apps on the phone. One that I like is called Habit Tracker. So literally you can specify what your habits are. So if one of your habits that you want to maintain is to work out 5 days a week, if another habit is you want to, read your Bible every day, write every day, whatever that is, place that in there. And every time you do it for the day, you get to like ding, check it off. And when you miss a day, you get like it turns red and it goes in the negative. So it's a nice motivator there, some ways for you to track your progress. So we're talking today on the word on wellness, ways to increase motivation, because again, it starts out high, often at the beginning of the year, and then it can start to wane fairly quickly. So that's another thing you can do, is to track your progress to keep you motivated so you can see how far you've come. That's why that is important. So you can see how far you've come. You can go back and see where you started and you go, hey, I'm getting fairly close to my goal. So let me keep going here. Another thing you can do is work with a buddy, get a partner. So again, if your goal is weight loss, think about who can you partner with. Is there someone you can go do walks with outside, or maybe you can virtually do a workout together. I've done all those things even during the pandemic. So there's ways that you can work with a buddy if you guys are working on a similar goal. Let's say if you have a writing goal. So one of my goals is to write a devotional book. So maybe you know someone else who is a writer, or there are writing groups. And so you get together and you're all working on the same thing, or you're making a commitment to write a certain amount of time every day, and you can check in with one another. So you can work with a buddy. That's one way to stay motivated because you've got that accountability. And something that I did last year, I went on an exercise streak where I was exercising every day. I think I got up to about 140 some days. But what helped me do that is because I had some buddies. Shout out to the Fab Four. So every day I texted my group, I did my exercise today, or I texted them what I did. And so sometimes it may have been, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, but I was doing my exercise because I knew I had to share it and I had that accountability with my buddies. So that is another way to stay motivated. Another thing to think about is removing distractions. So sometimes you have a great idea, you're going to get up and work out, or you're going to do this other thing. Sometimes the phone, social media, those types of things can be distracting. And then before you know it, 30 minutes is wasted and you could have done your workout, but now you've got to move on to the next thing. So I want to encourage you to remove distractions. So make sure that you put your first priorities first. You can even turn off, and this is what I've done. I've turned off many of the notifications on my phone so that I don't hear those things all the time. I don't want my phone dinging and buzzing every time I get an email or every time somebody says something on social media. So what you can do is actually remove those distractions. You can turn off those types of notifications so that you can stay focused on the things that are a priority for you. And then the last thing is use affirmations. So you want to have some positive things, some words of encouragement for yourself. Put them up around you. I've got things behind me here. It says, don't look back. You're not going that way. I have one about faith behind me. I have one about joy down there on the bottom. So just think about what kind of positive affirmations you can put up just all around you to keep yourself motivated and encouraged. So these are just some of the things that you can do to stay motivated. I'd love to hear what it is that you all do to keep yourselves motivated throughout the year. I know for some of you, you're doing well as far as reaching your tasks and your goals. For others of you, you're just starting. So it would be awesome in this community if you could share what it is that you do to stay motivated throughout the year. Again, I'm Dr. Malika Woods, medical doctor and healthy lifestyle strategist at Dr. Woods Wellness. Tips for ways to increase your motivation. I will see you next Thursday, same time, same place. Have a great